Hey YouTube, what's up? JR Flores here with another exciting video. What I have for you guys today is the hands-on on the Huawei Ascend Mate 2. So as you can see, I had the Huawei Ascend Mate 2 for about a good couple days now, for about 4 or 5 days. And what I can say with my first impressions, wow, this is a great phone. Just on the way it looks, the presentation on how it looks. I have a Trident case on it right now, but overall this is a great phone. Just so far, the fluidity, the functionality, and the overall aspect and the appearance and the functions and all the things it provides is just a stellar phone. And what I can say overall is that what I do like about it so far is the display. It is a huge display. I now know I don't need to buy a tablet because this is everything I need, a phone and a tablet in one that's just big enough but not too big or not too small for a tablet, if that makes any sense. So it falls in the realms of a phablet. And a 6.1 inch 720p display is a great display because overall I was skeptical about having the display on here not being so sharp. And as you can see, let me see, I don't know how well this camera is going to focus, but it does pretty well so far. And I don't see any pixels unless you compare it side by side to another phone or another device that has a 1080p or higher display. Now I did put it next to the LG G3, and with that phone you can tell the degradation on this display, but overall you really don't notice it. It's just sharp and vibrant, and it's really bright, which I like about having it. Let me put that in real quick. And overall the functionality of the display is great, and the megapixel of that camera is stellar. Just a 5 megapixel wide angle lens is great for videotaping or anything. So let me just pop this up real quick and load it up. And as you can see right there, the display and how you could just take it just works great. And another thing about that is that the camera shoots great videos. The battery life on this phone is fantastic. I can get all day battery life on this phone and even roll out to the next day, all the way to the mid of the next day. And I took this out of the charger at 9 a.m. and it's 7:18 p.m. right now. So I'm going to go into power mode and see my battery usage. So it's saying it's been on for roughly 9 hours and I still have a 50% left charge. And it's been fantastic because normally on my other phone I wouldn't even get 6 to 7 hours. On my Moto X it was very power hungry, and I found this one is such a larger screen, and I still get great battery, which is perfect. And by just doing this I could clean up my apps and save more battery, which is great. And another thing I do like about this camera, or not this camera itself but the phone, is its back camera for micro shots and HD recording. It's actually really impressive for the camera, I thought, and it's a 13 megapixel HD camera, which is great for video taking, shooting photos and whatnot. I'll put down on my links below to my Instagram where you can see the photos or footage. I'll be doing footage of test footage and pictures in the next couple days, you'll see. And another thing I do like about this phone is, well, the best part would be its 4G LTE connectivity, because let me see here, a lot of unlocked phones in the US don't have the 4G capable to go on the LTE network. And just right there, I'm on the T-Mobile network right now, and I am doing AT&T as well with Net 10, review on that coming soon. And I do like the overall functionality of this phone. The calling interface is great. Another thing I like about it is the way it presents itself with certain buttons. Like, another feature I like about this phone would have to be the way I get to manage my I could say how I can manage my security or stuff like that. And another thing that's really great about this phone, how I can do that, is by enabling certain features and function on this phone, about how I could do certain overall features of how I could protect my phone in a way that couldn't be done, I guess, with an average thing, because I have all these types of things I can do with it. I could set up after a certain amount of locks, I could lock my phone, or it could notify me, or take a picture and send it to my email and stuff like that on who was using the device with the front facing camera, which is great. and that's a good strong point I don't think a lot of people have been mentioning about this phone, which other phones I know can't do, like the iPhone doesn't do that and whatnot. So that was really nice to know. And a couple other things I don't like about this phone so far would have to be, my biggest gripe is the Motion UI. And it's not horrible, but I try to put all my apps into one page without having to go everywhere, somewhat like how I did on my Moto X. But the icons and the way it presents it doesn't make so appealing anymore. It looks sort of outdated. As you can see here, how certain apps, they're put in this other box and they're not just their single icon, and they all have that weird thing onto it. But other than that, it's a great phone. And another thing about, I am running on 4.3 Jelly Bean, not Kit Kat, and they've been saying for a while that you will be getting Kit Kat, but they haven't released a date or anything. The only update I have gotten so far is a recent update that fixes its camera issues and a whole bunch of other things on the phone, which have improved the camera and the phone experience slightly, and it's been noticeable. I do give them applause for updating the phone on that, because I wasn't sure if they were going to update it, because I would like to get a transparent screen on here, and on the bottom, this notification, it looks transparent, but as soon as you click another app, it would bring a gray bar. And that gray bar gets really annoying at times because it doesn't fit in with the theme. You have a gray bar and a black bar on top. It just doesn't make sense. But I can say so far, other than that, it's a great phone and I really like it. And another thing here is have to be my speeds on my phone. They actually do really well on its 4G speeds here. So let me pop up a few speeds that I got here on the cell tower. As you can see, I got 64 megs down and 20 up. I don't even get that on my Wi-Fi line here. I load up my Wi-Fi and I do quick speed tests. I don't even get that on my line, so that's remarkable. Because look at here, I get really not so impressive speeds. And with I normally just leave 4G on if I am doing other things, but if it's for video, I do put it on the Wi-Fi, because I have a certain data cap on T-Mobile of 5 gigabytes, and if I exceed that, it reduces down, but for everything else, I don't need to, and it's great. See, as you can see, network connectivity issues I have with my Wi-Fi, so that's why I normally leave it just on 4G, and it's a great phone overall, and I do really recommend it. So this is a quick hands-on and look around of the phone. I'll be doing a case unboxing and review coming soon, a whole bunch of other case unboxings and whatnot. So I'm JR Flores with the Huawei ZenMate 2, and I'll see you in my next video.